Welcome, everybody. Good evening, my people. everybody doing? Welcome to another episode of Wednesday Live with Dr. OJ, the Med Spa professor. Let me get my mic close, because tonight is omnipresent night. Tonight is the night where we show up and show out everywhere. We come in front and center, right in your face. Every single platform, we are live tonight. So I'm super excited for this evening's episode. This evening's episode is really special to me because I have some amazing people who are going to be joining me in the studio. But before I bring my guests in tonight, I have something that's really tugging on my heart. And I feel like it's very, very in time and in season for the topic we're discussing today. Today's episode is all about smiling through adversity. Hi, Sammy Guy. How are you? So tonight, guys, listen, let me just do some quick housekeeping rules. When I do the live productions, thank you, Sammy. Thank you. I typically am unable to shout out everybody. However, because of the interaction that we need to have, I try to do that. But because of production purposes, I usually shout out maybe halfway through the show or at the end of the show. So if you don't hear me just shouting out your name, I see you and I thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the gifts. Thanks for the hearts. Everything is appreciated. TikTokers are the best. Like, they will like you. They will heart you. They will rose you, they will gift you, they will do everything. I love my TikTok family. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much. So that's just a quick housekeeping rule. So what I want to talk about tonight on tonight's episode is smiling through adversity. A lot of times, and the reason that topic just came to me was actually inspiration from my guest, and you guys are going to find out later why I chose that topic. But here is what I was thinking about while selecting the topic, and I put a little subtopic to say, don't judge me until you know my story, because you don't know my story, so don't judge me. And it's not something I'm saying to you, it's something I'm saying to us, to myself included. So when we see people around, someone like me, I use myself as a good example, right? I try to smile a lot. I try to smile all the time because my face is so expressive that even when I'm not smiling, something is wrong. Like when I switch it up, like when Dr. OJ, when I change up for you, like I can go from, I can change it for you real fast, very quick. But here's the thing. We all smile through adversity, or a lot of people smile through adversity, not because it's easy for them, not because they have it all figured out, not because they have their lives living, they're walking on rose petals, or they're sleeping in diamond water, or they're drinking gold plated, I don't know, whatever. We smile through adversity because really sometimes that's the only way you can get through every single day. And oftentimes, a lot of people don't understand what somebody else is going through. And that's why the saying that is said where we talk about, be careful how you treat people. Treat people well. Treat people nicely. Just being kind and courteous to people goes a long way. Be careful how you treat people because you never know what it is they are actually going through. I had a very bad experience this week, and I tell you, it was so horrible. Even my kids were like, okay, Mom, that really, really upset you. I called a government agency for some appointments that I'm having. Being a single mom of children, from time to time, you get to interact with these government agencies just to get something that you're automatically going to get. But because you can't really have conversations with an adult, you have to go through an intermediary. So not to go into too much detail, we had to get some appointments set in place just to put some things in place. And the person on the other end of the phone, she was so rude to me. She was like, first of all, what kind of doctor are you? And I'm thinking, oh, well, those are normal questions that I get. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a PhD doctor. And she's like, so why did you fill this out on your form? I said, well, I don't really need to explain myself to you, but these are the reasons why I filled that in and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, well, you didn't fill the form correctly, so the request was denied. And I'm like, oh, I was unaware. I'm so sorry. What do I need to do? I'll correct it. She was like, well, and this is really what she said. She was like, well, you should have been intelligent enough to know how to fill the form. And I'm like, what? And I was like, first of all, I really don't understand why you're speaking to me that way. But how do you know how intelligent I am or who I am? Do you even know what it is that is going on in my life right now? And all I'm doing is calling your office to ask for something. And the least you could do is just kindly, courteously explain something that I didn't do correctly to me and let me correct it. Well, you came all out lashing at me like you knew me from somewhere. Maybe I dated your husband or you snatched your boyfriend or I stole your cookie or just the fact that I'm a freaking black woman who has a PhD and you are a court clerk. Oh my God, I had to go there. And you had to come at me very wrong. And I'm like, okay, why? So I was very upset. And I, of course, tried to make reports. I tried to report the case. I still haven't gotten a response back. But when I was picking the topic for tonight's episode, and I was thinking, smiling through adversity, because that night I was so out of it. I was like, what could I have done to make this person speak to me in this manner or treat me this way? I didn't do anything. All I did was call to request something that I am, I have a right to. But she treated me so badly. But then as I began to process the information and I kind of removed myself from it, the emotional intelligence side of me kicked in after my emotions were on overdrive. Eventually, the emotional intelligence side kicked in, be like, Dr. O, maybe that wasn't really about you. Maybe she was just someone who she's just having a bad day. And I found myself making excuses for this person who had done me bad. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Because at the end of the day, right? Her opinion, her thoughts, her words about me, it's not a reflection of who I am. It's a reflection of who she is. So I did not need to take on that negative energy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to shake it off and get it out of the way. However, I said this is a really good teachable moment for me to help my audience understand that people can smile through adversity sometimes. A lot of times we find ourselves, especially when you're in a position of leadership or you're in a position where people look up to you or you're front and center in front of the cameras or you have to be in front of people. A lot of times you have so much going on, but you can't bring that to the forefront. You have to smile. You have to grind your teeth. You have to suck it up and be like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. Hello. You have to do all of those things. But you're really doing it through a lot of mess. So, what I want to say is we need to all be kind to each other. The world is really going through a lot. Everybody has something horrible that they can complain, gripe, and whine about. But just because we all show up smiling and laughing, it doesn't mean everything is kosher. And that is the more reason why we need to be kind, considerate, and very, very mindful of one another. Smile at people. Give them a compliment. You never know. That one compliment could be the one thing that takes a person from having a really bad day to just letting them stop and take a long, deep breath to say, oh, wow, somebody actually sees me. Somebody knows I exist. I matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm not completely just, invincible. It could be the really thin line between somebody falling into a deeper state of depression and just being able to have a sense of self-worth and belief in themselves. Kindness is free. Smiling at people is free. Being considerate of people, being courteous towards others is free. So while we have a lot going on, and I can talk for this person who's a court clerk, and I can say, maybe she was having a bad day. Maybe she was having a bad day. Let's just chalk it up to the fact that she's just a woman who was having a bad day, or who has a low self-esteem, and who sees another woman as a threat. Once she sees, oh, this person is more qualified than me, blah, blah, blah. You see certain things on paper about people, and all of a sudden you make judgments about them. But the reality of the matter is, no matter how bad of a day we're having, we can all still find a way to smile through our adversity and put ourselves in a state of being just happy and joyful. Because every bad situation comes to do what? It comes to pass. It doesn't come to stay. We always have a choice at every point in time how we choose to respond to every situation. When this happened to me, it cut me deep. It hurt me so bad. And even my kids were like, okay, mommy, I know that. I mean, literally, I was out of it for hours. I wasn't yelling and screaming at them, but they could tell like there was a heavy sadness on me. And it took me a couple of hours to kind of snap out of it. And I had to emotionally mind Jedi trick myself out of that space because I have the tools, right? I have the mindset tools to shift the paradigm, to shift my state of mind to say, okay, I don't have to stay here. But not everybody has the power to do that because not everybody has the tools of emotional intelligence. Not everybody has the tools of spiritual power and capability to know that when certain things happen, they have the ability to either stay there, dwell in it, or they can remove themselves from it, sort through all of the emotions of the situation, and put things where they need to be while they keep themselves centered and aligned. So, guys, smiling through adversity, it's sometimes a necessity. It's a coping mechanism that we all have. But let's not take it for granted because we see people smiling. People have a lot of ish they're going through. So let's remember that we don't judge people based on what we see and we just come at them and treat them anyhow because you don't know everybody's story. Or when you hear people's story, especially my guest, her story tonight is going to wow you. You're going to be like, okay. Yeah, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet. But my guest tonight has a story to tell, as we all have stories in our lives to tell. So let's all treat each other with love, with respect, with kindness, as we every day just work hard to smile through the adversities of life. Nobody has it easy. You might have money and you don't have some other things, and you might have some other things and you don't have money, or you might have, everybody has something that they are dealing with. Let's just settle it on that matter and agree to disagree that we all have things that we are smiling through every day. So let's all be kind, considerate, and loving towards each other. That's all. You don't have to do too much. A little smile, a little compliment, a little courtesy. That's all it takes. Guys, listen, that's all I have for you on this topic. Before I come back again with my guest, let me cough. But before I cough, let me go on a commercial break, and I'm going to bring the next segment in, and I'm going to introduce that segment. This ad is definitely going to introduce the segment because this is a new thing we're doing on Wednesday Live with Dr. OJ, the Med Spa professor. My name is Dr. Ohikosola Jinaru. I'm a beauty professional, med spa operator, franchise owner, and director of education at HD Pro Global Beauty Institute and Body Med Spa. As a mother of 3 boys and immigrant business owner, it is important for me to have a steady and sustainable source of income that transcends economic, government, or public health uncertainties and instability like the global pandemic we are still recovering from. That is why HD Pro Global has created multiple systems that allows my team and I to train, educate, certify, and establish independent med spa operators like us all over the globe. For more information, check out our website to attend a free webinar to get started on your path to continuous success, no matter what is going on in your part of the world. I cannot wait to meet you. Thank you. Welcome back, guys. So welcome. Hey, honey. All right, guys. So we're doing something new on the show tonight. And tonight we're going to have a quick 10-minute wellness beauty corner conversation. And we're working out the kinks, but we just decided let's throw it in there tonight. Let's go in, because once we have an idea, one of the things I train you guys, and I tell you guys all the time, when you learn something, when you get that information, when that idea comes to you, what do you need to do? Act on it. Don't worry about making it perfect the first time around. Don't even worry about making it perfect ever, because eventually it works itself out. That's the way it usually happens. So, guys, let me introduce to you tonight my very wonderful teammate, amazing new wonderful HD Pro Global, our nurse injector. I'm going to introduce Nurse JoJo.
Hi, you guys. How are you?
Hey, Nurse JoJo, how are you?
I'm great. Very excited to be on the podcast. This is awesome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So now, Jojo, welcome first of all to HD Pro Global. But
Thank
like,
you.
see, it seems like I'm throwing you in on the very deep end because as soon as you join, I'm like, we have a conference, and then we have a show, and then we have this, and it's like, and I'm like, oh my god, I got home tonight, and I'm thinking, I was telling my friend, I said, I hope I don't scare this lady off because I hope I don't scare her because Dr. OJ is plenty. He's plenty. And I'm throwing her into all of this plentiness. But I'm glad you've been such a trooper, and I'm so excited
Yes.
to have you on the team. And I'm really, really more grateful that you are you're just dynamic, and you're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And you're showing up and showing up and showing up. So Nurse Jojo, tell us, who are you? What's your role, and how is it like? I mean, what do you have for us when it comes to beauty, wellness, aesthetics, and all of those things?
Awesome. Well, so glad to be here, you guys. Just a little background. I've been an ER nurse for 3 years. Came out really hungry to just throw myself into the world of aesthetics. So I am an injector, nurse injector. So I give Botox and fillers. And that's what I will be
And Ivy, you
doing.
forgot to
And
add
IV hydration.
yes.
We
Yes.
got it all.
Yes, you got it all. And
Yes.
as a new nurse injector, I'm super excited to have her on the team because that's a service that we implemented last year, but we did not have the manpower to really push it out. And that's why you see, even today at the office, I was trying to get our reps at the supply company to get us started and moving along. So now that we have you, what can we look forward to? I think tonight, let's focus on educating our audience, especially our Black women audience, about the importance. Because when you talk about Botox and fillers,
Right.
even me, before I got into aesthetics, let me just be plain.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not for me. Like, it's for the Black people. I got my melanin. How you gonna tell me I need Botox without the melanin? Like, what you talking about?
No, for real. That's actually kind of the classic idea among like the African American community is this, oh no, Botox. I don't need it, black don't crack, and it don't. But Botox is just as much for us as it is for anybody. In fact, just piggybacking off the idea of black don't crack, yes, we've been gifted with youthful skin. Preserve it. And that's exactly what Botox does. It freezes those muscles that prevent wrinkles. People have this idea that, okay, I need to get Botox when I'm old, when I see wrinkles, when I've hit that point. No, it's preventative. And that's like the big idea that we're trying to get out to the African American community as well as everyone, that this is a preventative measure. Just like you go to the doctor's office to get your shots and your immunizations, what do you do for your skin? So Botox is great. I get it. I wouldn't advertise for something that I don't do myself. And yes, I'm 26 years old. I know I'm young, but I would love to preserve this beautiful face and keep it for as long as I can. So Botox, I say go out there and get it. If you have any reservations, I promise after your first session, you will be addicted. Like, it's something I treat myself for.
That's wonderful. I love that. And that's one of the things why, that's one of the reasons why we created this segment, to educate our community on the importance of preventive wellness. Because HD Pro Global, while we're able to offer all of these aesthetic treatments, I started to think this year, I'm like, there has to be more, other than just pushing services on people to say, come get your body contouring, come get this, come get that. I want it to be about, how can I help you show up as your highest and best self? How can I help you show up with your own definition of beauty? And that means, what does that look like for you? What are your goals? Because my goal doesn't necessarily have to be your goals. And what you see on TV with somebody else looking a certain way, by the way, just like when they say, you want this, you look like this, and this and this, like all of those things are premonitions that people have about beauty. And I want to kind of smash that and crush it. Come to us and let us develop a beauty plan for you. And what that looks like is your body goals, your inside, your internal, because beauty from the inside out. And that's why we have all of this IV hydration for preventive healthcare and wellness. And we have, of course, now all of our injectables. So I'm really excited. And of course, we have all those amazing systems coming through
Yes.
the spa in about a month or so. So we're going to be rolling out a lot of services. So guys, listen, Nurse Jojo is here to stay. And you guys are going to see her once a week. And she's going to bring you some amazing insights on different areas of our services and just really different areas that she can help educate our people, because we are on the high end of the Fitzpatrick scale. And on that scale, when you look at medical aesthetics, we don't already have a lot of products that are specifically catered to us. So now, as Black women in aesthetics, we are doing our part to not only provide education, but we are doing our part to say, let's really help our people take advantage of these services that are Caucasian and maybe our Asian, a lot of our Asian sisters, our Caucasian sisters, they are using these things. And they're really, really seeing the benefits. And we can also see the benefits. So, guys, it's all about preventive care, medical aesthetics, wellness, all things beauty from the inside out. That's what it's all about. All right, Nurse Jojo, your segment is about coming to an end. Any closing thoughts?
Well, you guys, I want you to come and see me. Come play with me. We're going to have a great time, educate each other, and get started on your beauty goals. I mean,
your information, where can they connect with you?
Yes. So on Instagram, I am Jojo_Queen J. And my business page will be coming soon. But at Jojo_Queen J. All right.
Awesome. Yes. And just in case you can't find her, if you're connected to HD Pro Global, she's going to be on there. She's going to be she's going to be, you're going to see her face everywhere, literally. So guys, you can definitely call 469-420-0246. Once again, 469-420-0246 to schedule a consultation with Nurse Jojo. She offers free 15-minute consultations. And then we have additional paid consultation that goes deeper. It gives you a deeper dive to spend some more time to kind of just unpack everything you need with her. And she'll be able to put together an amazing treatment plan for you. So guys, take advantage of this. Connect. See, I'm still here. Dr. OJ is still here. But look, guys, y'all see what's happening. Nurse Jojo is front and center now. So y'all can go bother her. Like, you should leave me. Let me drink water and mind my business. Let me drink water and mind my business. So I'm giving you Nurse Jojo. She's your new person. You will stop calling me. Don't ask for Dr. O. Listen, if you call HD program, don't ask for Dr. O. It's Nurse Jojo. Do you understand? I know it sounds like OJ, Jojo. No, Jojo. Jojo. Nurse Jojo. All right, honey. I appreciate you. See you soon. All right. Thanks for coming through. All right, guys.
Bye.
You, darling. Bye, darling. All right, guys. That was Nurse Jojo with HD Pro Global. I hope you guys enjoyed her segment. If you have any more questions, like I said, get with her on HD Pro Global and that number that I gave you. Thank you so much. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, everybody. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? I'm asking, nobody's answering. Are you ready? Because I'm about to bring my guest into the studio. And guys, listen, tonight's episode is Smiling Through Adversity. This lady, this wonderful champion, she is the poster child, because you would never, ever know. Seeing all her dancing on TikTok, I've never seen someone, she'll be dancing and breaking it down. See her on Facebook, she's doing all the things. Thank you, sis. Yes, Original Chica says she's ready. I know you're ready, sis. We know that, and I'm going to bring you to the studio, Miss Tammy Topper, the real Ninja Vixen. Like, she the real deal, y'all. Welcome. I know. I've been doing too much.
I love it. I'm here for it. I love it all.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Tammy. Oh my God, it's such a pleasure to have you. So wait, Tammy, I just did your crazy Dr. OJ introduction. But the people need to know the respectable introduction. They need to know the respectable introduction. So let us do that again. So I'm going to give you the floor to introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do? And who do you serve? This is like the bougie one, because she bougie, y'all. Like, forget that. Like me, I'm showing my ratchet side. It's okay. But she bougie like.
I am not bougie. I am so down to earth.
Oh, really? Did you
I'm
just hear that? I am not bougie. I'm so down to earth. Like you can tell she was born here. Me, I was born there. You can tell. You can already see the difference. Like this is Nigeria born. Nigeria. Dr. O is made in Nigeria. Jamie is made in America. So that's the difference. So please apologize for my Nigerianness tonight, please. But guys, we're having so much fun. Tammy, take the floor.
Okay. So yes, I am Temi Tokwe Oshomoji, also known as the real Naija Vixen. I'm a mother first and foremost. I am a project manager. I am a author. I am a podcaster. I'm an event coordinator. I am a jack of many talents. I serve the Lord, and He has been good. And yeah, and I'm not bougie, but yes, I like
ain't
nice
nothing
things.
wrong with being bougie, girl. Look, you can be bougiette, whatever that is. But
Bougetto. That's what it is.
Bougetto. I like that. So, Tammy, how did the name The Real Naija Vixen come up? Where did that come from?
So I used to do like party promotions, like club promotions, and that was in college. So I dabbled into the Nigerian community because I'm Nigerian American, and I was trying to get closer to my Nigerian side. And it was actually DJ D Money who started calling me Naija Vixen.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. So then I started doing radio in college, and then it just kind of stuck with me. So then I started doing pageants, and I changed my Instagram handle, and someone else, I don't know who this person is, but she then now changed her name on Instagram to Naija Vixen.
That's how they do now. That's how they do. It's like when I came out on Instagram years ago, when we all joined Instagram, and I was like, I am Honey Drops because that's my name. And all of a sudden, I'm like, of course, once that name is taken, nobody else can take it. Then you start seeing, I'm on Honey Drops 1. I'm Honey Drops. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So, and I'm like, hey, and I pay taxes for Naija Vixen. Are you okay with your life? I'm like, what? It's a whole business.
Sis, you need to trademark the name, though. That's another step you need to take. Take it up a notch. Trademark that name. Just, secure the name, secure the copyrights to it, and then you can sue their behind from here to the wazoo. Once you take all of that and you put it together on paper, you'll be good to go.
That is the plan one day. But then I was just like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and just make sure that everybody knows who the real
Naija Vixen is, right? That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So tonight we're talking about your book. Yes, first of all, the profile picture is amazing. That was your birthday picture. That was so beautiful. Happy birthday. And
thank you.
Oh, guys, she just got engaged, y'all. I know. Y'all gonna be sick of me because we're already sick of you. So you can take it down because we're already sick of you. We're already sick of you, girl. I'm like, oh, I love it. Y'all gonna be sick of me. I'm like, oh, we.
I know. Are you?
No,
I didn't know.
Girl, congratulations, though. That's amazing. Well done. And it's great that you've gotten to this point in your journey. People are seeing all of this. They're seeing the smile, the laughs. They're seeing this. They're seeing that, but they don't know the story that preceded this point in your life. So we're going to take it to a little bit of a serious space, like where it all started from. You smile today, you're smiling through today, and I know you probably still have a lot of things you're walking through. But Tammy talk about the real Naija Vixen is not who she is just because she just had it so easy and she was a princess in a castle and a Prince Charming just came and swept her off her feet. That's not the real.
No. So, where do we begin?
From the very beginning, my darling.
So basically, my story, I share a snippet of my story in my book because I'm still working on releasing a more thorough, a deeper book. Um, Me, I'm still afraid of my parents. I ain't trying to get no whoopings. So I was like, let me just respect myself.
Respect yourself. See, even me, like my mom, like I'm like, my mom is with me and I have children. And I'm like, really? Like, when are we ever get? It's just the Niger parent thing. Like, they really terrorized us. I think we are traumatized children.
We are
We are
traumatized.
traumatized
Yes.
Nigerian children. You can't get over the PTSD. You think of your
Mm-mm.
parents, you're like, okay. Even me too. There's certain things I want to do. I'm like, oh, my mother better not see that on social media. She better not hear that I did that. And they're like, what, Dr. Oh, I'm like, y'all don't understand.
As in, my parents did not know I wrote a book,
Mm,
and they will not know for right now because, yeah, I still have to see them, especially with wedding planning coming. So
yeah.
I said, God. And yeah, so I was like, let me just do something small. But how it started, I started my book just about my first traumatic experience that I can remember that really shaped me in who I am. And I was a teenager, and Nigeria people, we like to party. So I was raised by my dad because my parents have been divorced since I was younger. Um, but on the weekends, I would go with my mom. So it was one weekend. It was a party time. Let me backtrack. I'm from Nashville. I just moved to Dallas last year, but I was born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee. So Nashville to Atlanta is like a 3.5, 4 hour drive. So my mom was like, "Oh, it's a party. Let's go." So there was a king in Obad that's local in Atlanta. He had a palace in Atlanta. So we stayed there, and yeah, I mean, I was used to going to parties, going to his place. But then this one was a little different because there was a guy that was one of the band players, and he was just very touchy feely with me. And I developed early. I started growing my breasts at 10. So I was like a 32B. I was like already well
At,
defined breast at 10. Like,
at 10.
yes.
Wow.
But I looked like a 10-year-old. Like it was just these were here, but everything else was, yeah. So to make a long story short, because I don't really want to draw that part out, I was raped when I was, yeah. So, and he told me if I said anything, he would kill me and kill my mother. And I didn't say anything until maybe about a year later when I was like arguing with my mom about something else. And then I told her, and she was just like, "Why didn't you tell me?" So they tried to find who the person was. And everybody said that the guy has already gone back to Nigeria. So, um, that started that part because I never really got the therapy that I needed. So I always had to suppress that part of me. Um, I was also, Niger parents can be very rough on you growing up. And me growing up with a single father, raising a girl was hard. Our parents were parents of the war generation. So
Mhm.
they don't really have that affectionate side. So
No.
yeah. Um, Without saying it, we were abused as kids, like in our way we were beaten. So I know like child protective services would come to our house often because I would get whooped to the point I couldn't sit down in class. Um, yeah, it was bad, but I would always be like, oh no, I was a tomboy, I played sports, so I would use those type of excuses as to what really happened. Um, so then to kind of move away from there, we still have the battling of being Nigerian American.
Yeah.
Um, being Nigerian American, a lot of Nigerians that migrate here don't understand that when we were growing up, Nigerian Americans, it was not cool to be African. We were African booty scratchers.
Hmm.
People would ask me, "Oh, how does it feel to wear clothes? Oh, how does it feel to live in a house?" Just different things. And I'm like,
I was
I'm
born
American.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like you guys, but no. So for my African Americans, when I was growing up, I wasn't African American enough, or I
For
wasn't
them.
American enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my Nigerians, I wasn't Nigerian enough because I was born here.
I'm
So we
here.
really didn't fit in any category. So we had like our own identity crisis. Um, then of course, dealing with body image issues, because I was so busty all my life. And yeah, I just felt like I used to duct tape my breasts. Like, yeah, it was very painful, but I used to duct tape them, wear two bras at the same time. I hated them. Like, it was just something that I hated. Like, yeah. So I started to have low self esteem. Um, and then I guess it kind of protrudes from the inside to the outside. So I was able to be a prey to my ex-husband. He knew that I had issues and he preyed on that. So he would tell me things like, I should be lucky that someone like him would even want to marry me. And, when you start hearing all these things, and I was really young, I already had my son. I didn't even talk about that part. Yeah, I had my son. I got pregnant at 17. I had my son at 18. Um, yeah, that was another hard, traumatic experience because I had to raise my kid by myself because his dad is not involved in his life. Um, and I still had to finish school, which I did. And now my son is in college, so I'm excited about that, going into his second year of college. Yes, I have a 19-year-old. Yes, yes. So he's home for summer break, but he'll be going back. He goes to the University of Memphis, studying mechanical engineering. So I'm so excited. Yes. But yeah, so I ended up getting married to this man who preyed on my vulnerability, my naiveness, my insecurities, and I had 3 miscarriages from him. This man tried to slit my throat. This man has shot me. This man has pushed me down steps. This man has stomped my skull into the point where I really do have some memory issues. Um, yeah, and then I also always have to get my hips realigned because it's gonna always permanently shift. So I have a lot of issues that I deal with even now, and I've been divorced for 12 years now. But yeah, I've been through it all. It was literally not until the policeman came and it was the same one that had came a few times. But this last incident, he was just like, look, do you not have any family? Because I know the next time I come, you're going to be in a body bag. And you see that boy that's crying behind you? He going to be in one too, because that man is going to kill you and kill your son because he's a witness. Um, so after I got out of the hospital for that incident, yeah, I packed up everything I could, put my son in the car, and we drove back home. My mom, she never judged me. She just opened up her door. And then, yeah, I mean, we dealt with that. And as I was dealing with the divorce, I found out I had cervical cancer. I was just like, oh my God. I was like, why me? Like, I know, and then of course, people are like, oh, God gives only his strongest soldiers these type of things. And I'm like, I'm not a soldier. Like, I'm not. I'm human. I'm regular. There's nothing spectacular about me.
No, first of
But
all, we're not gonna breeze past that like you didn't just say what you just said. You had been through so much, and then cervical cancer. That there's no ordinary human being with ordinary abilities that could have come through on the flip side like you did.
it's not easy because I'm trying my best not to cry. So,
I'm trying not to cry too because I'm like, how's somebody gonna get through this and this and this and this and this. And while you're just still trying to be like, okay, and then here comes another blow.
And that's literally what happened. As I'm dealing with trying to get a restraining order, I'm also going to get chemo and radiation and losing my hair. I literally was a toothpick. I couldn't get off the couch. Like the couch was the only place that felt comfortable. Like sleeping on the bed was very painful. It was like I could feel the springs, and they were like going through my bones. So I would always be on the couch. My son would, he would try to make excuses as to why he can't go to school. He was a baby then. He was like 7 or 8, but yeah, he didn't want to leave my side, but I was just like, I have to push through. I mean, there were so many days I felt like I was going to die. Um, but I was just like, who's going to watch my kid? Who's going to take care of him? My mother, I still had to take care of her. She's a stroke survivor. So it was just like, I have to push through. It tested my faith because I was very angry with God. I'm not going to lie, I was very angry. I'm like, I'm still in my 20s and I'm going through things that people in their 50s have never gone through. Nobody in my family has ever had cancer. It was just, yeah, it was a lot, but I beat that. 10 years cancer free. I'm very blessed. Um, it's just, yeah, it was one thing after the other, but at the end of the day, I always had a reason to smile. Like I went through counseling. Counseling is something that's very, 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 very beneficial for everybody. I know that in our community, especially being Nigerian,
Yes.
we don't talk about mental health. But if I told you I never thought about killing myself, I would be lying multiple times. Since I was a child, if I told you I never attempted to kill myself, I would be lying. I've taken all kinds of pills. I've tried to slit my wrist. Like, it's just, a person can only take so much. But at the end of the day, you have to find your reason. For me, my reason is my son. My reason is I want to be able to share my story so that other people can succeed, so that other people can live. Because there's so many people that are struggling in silence. So, yeah. Yes. So this is the reason I smile.
This is the reason you smile. This is the reason you smile. It's an ironic statement because nothing about that story is smile worthy. But you still find a reason to smile. There's no ordinary human that can do that. So when you say I'm just ordinary, when you say I'm just a little person, when you say, God, why me? He's looking at you and saying, all of those little blocks, all of those events, every single one of them is a tool in his hands. Every single one of them is a resource that's going to deliver thousands of people. Every single one of them is going to turn on the light for so many people. And he knows what he's doing with your life. There's no accidents. There's no error. There's no mistakes. He didn't bring all those negativities, by the way. He doesn't do that. He doesn't move like that. But the enemy brought it. But he let it happen because he knew that if I let it happen, then I can come back on the flip side and take it and make it into something bigger and better than she could ever imagine. And it might not have made sense in the time, in the moment, But I promise you, as your life continues to unfold in every season, look, he's brought you a man. He has restored. He has restored you in that area. He's brought you a man that absolutely loves and adores you. A man that's going to walk through this journey with you. So when you start to share your story and you start to minister to women and to young girls, and you start to take this story everywhere, that man is going to act as an evidence of the goodness of God in your life. That God can take any situation, no matter how bad and ugly and horrible the enemy intends for it, and he can take it and use it for his glory. So you have a lot of work ahead of you. And even though you didn't fit in here, you were not made to fit in. Why were you trying to fit in? you were not made to fit into any community, any status quo, because you're called to everybody. If you fit in a box, it's hard for you to read the label outside the box. But because you don't fit in, you're going to be able to read and help so many more people. You're going to help the Nigerians, the African Americans, the Caucasians, everybody will see a little bit of themselves in you. So you weren't made to fit in. So quit trying, babe. That's not even part of your journey. So this story, first of all, I'm so grateful that you shared it. There's a reason why I like to have these conversations with my guests without a lot of prior knowledge, because I want the flow to be authentic. I want people to see my original reaction. Like, I'm like, what? But also, I want the impact to be stronger, not just for my audience or the audience of the people that are watching and are going to watch this later, but even for me as a person. Every person that I get to talk to, just like you, they come in here and it seems like they're like, oh, Dr. Thanks for having me. Thanks. I'm like, no, you people don't get it. This is more for me than for you guys. This is amazing that I get to share and I get to go on this journey and I get to learn so much and become even a better person through this. So guess what? Whatever ish I'm going through right now, and I wake up in the morning and I think, oh, Tammy, she went through that. I'm like, okay, God, okay, yeah, it's a good day. Let's go. Let's go. Because that's it. That's it. It's a good day. Let's go. If she can smile through all of this and still find so many ways to be kind and nice and generous and using her gifts, then what's my excuse? So it's a blessing. And I really say thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
I really want to say thank you for sharing your story. I honor you for that tonight. And I honor your fiance. And I really am so excited and looking forward to the next chapter and what comes next for you. And just looking forward to be a part of that. You know, it's amazing because God has some amazing things in store for you. You haven't even begun to understand. You don't know yet what God has for you, girl. He has some amazing things for you. And like you said, I saw one of your posts the other day. I was going through your page. You said, when you are loved by Olodumare, there's no way your life will always bring forth good fruits. And I thought that was such a powerful statement because a lot of people might read that, they don't know what it means. But I read it with the understanding of the Yoruba language. Because Olodumare is the name of God in our mother tongue, right? And I'm like, yes, when you are loved by Olodumare, no matter how bad the situation is, your life will always come out on top. So you are one person that is absolutely without a shadow of doubt, you are loved by Olodumare. He loves you so dearly, my dear. So keep smiling. Don't ever stop. I don't think I've ever seen you anywhere not smiling, though. I mean, of course, you dance. You're always smiling. That's wonderful. That's a blessing.
I have to. You know, when you've gone through so much, you have to, because you're very appreciative for every day that you have, when you stepped at the footstep of death and you came through and
Yes.
you're given that gift of life, you have no reason but to smile. Like I could tell you, like you talked about it earlier on your show, this, how your week started. My week started terrible, terrible. I was like, this is the worst week. I went from being on a
On cloud
engagement
nine.
high, yes, and then this week just was like, I'm going to show you Pepe today. Like, I was like, hey, but you have to smile because
You
I'm
have
just like, it could be so much worse.
yes.
There could be nothing. I could be dead. And
Mm,
then we don't even know what the afterlife is really like.
there you
We
go.
don't know.
Mm-mm.
So for me, yeah. So all my smiles is, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be here. Yeah, very appreciative.
Awesome, awesome. So definitely excited. Thank you so much for sharing. So where can we get the book?
The book is on Amazon. So
Okay.
you just type in The Reason I Smile, and you'll find it. If you type in The Reason I Smile, it's on Kindle as well, for digital downloads. So, yes.
Awesome, awesome. So we're gonna get that. We're gonna have it signed, and that would be great. I know you don't want to do a book launch, but Chica, I think we need to have a book launch for our sister, so that way people can, kind of come in and shake her hand and hug her neck and get some books signed. Bye. So you need to order some authors' copies. Order some authors' copies on Amazon, and let's do some because that's a story that really needs to be told. I tell you. Don't worry, mom and dad will be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Thank you. So yeah, I got my sister in crime. Well, not in crime, in progress. She agrees. Yeah. Don't worry, we'll back channel and we'll make it happen. But thank you so much, Tammy, for joining me tonight. I don't know,
Thank you
you
for
brought me
having
all the way
me.
from my Bugetto status, and I'm like, this story tonight is gonna stay with me for a little bit. It's gonna resonate with me. Every person who comes on the show, who I have the benefit and the privilege to come in contact with, gives me this confirmation that there's a reason why God intended for me to just be on this platform and be able to have these stories get out into the world and have lives be changed by it, because that's the goal. We're changing lives, we're impacting souls, and we're doing so much. So please, I really hope tonight's episode has been as amazing as I promised you guys it was going to be. Guys, don't forget to go on Amazon. The Reason I Smile by Tammy Oshomoji. It's on Amazon by Tammy Oshomoji. It's on Amazon. I'm gonna post it in my next post on my Instagram page so you guys can have that. Tammy, if you want to shoot me a link just to attach to that, so that way we can shoot out the link and people can just click the link and go straight. You know, people are lazy these days. Not you people, not you, my audiences. You guys are awesome. Like not you people. You people are awesome, but all the other people in
It's
the
the other
world,
people.
all the other people in the world, they are lazy. They don't want to do anything. They're very lazy. So let's just give them link. Click and buy. Click and buy. You know what I mean? You people, my own people, you people are awesome. You people are just too much. I like you. I love you guys. Thank you, everybody. Tammy, it's been an amazing pleasure. Any final words for us tonight as we end the show tonight?
um, just find your reason to smile and enjoy your life. Live life to the fullest. Love yourself fully before you can love anybody else or before you expect anybody else to love you. And I just wanted y'all to know that,
Yes, yes, we see
you
you.
know.
We see you. We see you. We see you, my sister. That wedding, oh my loud God, wherever it is, that wedding, oh my loud, loud, loud. All right, y'all, don't worry. So one thing I'm gonna promise you guys is whenever the wedding is and I go, I will vlog it and I'll come and share with you. I will just
Yes.
vlog the whole thing and come and share with you people, because I know all of you might not be able to attend, but when this wedding happens, I'm gonna be there vlogging live and just showing y'all all the amazing things that's gonna comfort for this beautiful woman of God. Thank you so much, Tammy Tope
Thank
Oshamaji, the
you.
real 9 Job Vixen, y'all. Let's give it up for her. Woo! Thank my darling. Thank
Thank
you. An
you.
amazing night. All right, y'all. We're coming to the end of the show tonight. It's been another wonderful night with Dr. OJ, the MedSpa professor. Let me go real quick and acknowledge everybody who's come through the show tonight. Squad Movements, the original Chica. Let me see, Melissa the Advocate, Missy, Love and Z, Coco, Steve. Oh my God, TikTok, every one of you here. Good morning, Oluwatoyo C. I am Oliver, Kumi Baby 4. Oh, so many. P Money. Oh my God, how are you today? Olamide, everybody. Sammy Guy. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course, my YouTubers. Guys, listen, everybody on my omnipresent platform tonight, hear me and hear me well. I want you to do me one solid. For giving you such an amazing hour of entertainment, education, information, I want you to hurry up and go over to my YouTube page, Dr. OJ Speaks, and go subscribe. Go over to my YouTube page, Dr. OJ Speaks, and go subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn your notifications on, because you always want to be notified when I go live, and you want to be notified when I drop my videos every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. No fail. Every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We know they go holiday. We know they have public holiday. Nothing. We show up for you every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, guys, go over there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's all I'm asking from you all tonight. Thank you so much for the amazing time on this show. As I log out tonight, please, guys, don't forget, we will be back next week. Show some love and find one reason, just one, or not plenty, one reason to smile, because there is always a reason to smile. Trust me, if you look hard enough. And you might not even really need to look hard enough, just for the fact that you are taking that breath of fresh air. It is plenty of reasons to smile, yo. See you guys next week. This is Dr. OJ, the MedSpa professor, Dr. Oyinka Solajinodo, signing off from the show tonight. Have a wonderful night. Love you guys. God bless.
She's old, yeah. So many of us got what to say, but we don't have the means, but we can listen, yeah. Things that we sharpen